All right, it's time for your reading. Okay, so this is a special reading too. So, how you doing? All right, real quick though, I'm gonna go really fast, and I do have a free guide. If anybody wants to go check that out, they'll go through all your numbers. There's also a calculator in there too if you want a calculation. Okay, so now your numbers are a 5, a 9, a 6, and overall your life path number is an 11. Now, there's two different ways of calculating your numbers, and one way it comes up a 2 and the other an 11. This was on one that I kind of talked about, the master number and the base number. Let's start there in the numbers and what they mean. So we're going to start with the 11. Again, so master numbers, the 11, the 22, and the 33, they all have base numbers, and it's just about the energy and the vibration of the numbers, and it really depends on the master numbers are meant for a bigger purpose, and sometimes you may feel that you may feel like you're here for something more, there's more to life than this, that kind of thing. So just be aware, like you can be in the energy of either number, the 22 or the 11 and the 2. Okay, no way is wrong. Either way is not wrong. So you've got lots of compassion, and you have 3 numbers that are compassion. You have your 9, your 6, and your 2, all, or in the 11, all compassion numbers. So you have lots of compassion, lots of sensitivity. So let's talk about the 11. So if you feel that like you're here for more and there's more to life than this, and you're in your 11, you have powerful intuition. We see that also in the 9. You're intuitive, insightful. You're visionary, so you can see things in like a big picture. We see that in the 9 as well. So you have a big picture kind of thing. Sensitive, we talked about that. Empathy, lots of empathy, and enlightened. So when you're in the power, the thing is sometimes we can step into the power of these numbers. And again, I go deeper into about these, but there's a gift side and a shadow side. So there's a high vibration, low vibration side. So sometimes we might, depending, life be life, and we go in, the roller coaster of life, sometimes we'll be kind of go into those other sides of the numbers. So one thing with this, so when we talk about some of this, we'll talk about with all of them, sensitivity. So you're a highly sensitive person. The fact that you have it in 3 of your numbers, highly sensitive. So you've probably been told you're overly sensitive, too emotional. We'll tell those people to go kick rocks, because sensitivity is actually your superpower. It's a way that you can pick up around energies, around people. You know how to show up for people. You know how to like say things they might need to do and stuff like that. But sometimes it can get a little too much. So learning how to balance that and making it your superpower. And sometimes what'll happen too is because we get told that we're too emotional and all those kinds of things, we think something's wrong with us. And the thing is nothing is wrong with us. It's just it's our superpower, and we're misunderstood. Most of the time we're misunderstood, to be honest. With the 11 comes impatience. So learning to trust the process is really key in this one, because and the 11 has self-doubt in here too. So learning to believe in yourself. So you have the tendency to really be down on yourself and things like that. But also impatience, like trusting the process. You have this vision, you know what, oh, as long as everything's going perfectly, you're fine. But as soon as like one thing gets in the way, it can derail you. You're ready to throw up your hands. You can go in depression and anxiety. It's a downward spiral. So just be aware of that, and learning sometimes to just trust the process and keep going. Okay, so now let's talk about this, the 9, since we're right here. So the 9 is also your wise beyond your years. You're an old soul, lots more compassion. We're just throwing on lots of compassion. A humanitarian. So this means that you're here for not only do you care about people, but you care about people in a way to create some type of meaningful change. Again, we're going to go really fast. Self-neglect, we'll see this in the other ones too, is you give and give and give till there's nothing left to give, and you give and give and give. The important thing here is learning boundaries. I know you don't like it, la on the boundaries, but boundaries is important, and taking care of yourself. You deserve to take care of yourself just as much as you want to take care of everybody else. And because if you don't, then that's when bad things can happen. Overwhelm, we already talked about that. And then 6, so when we talk about here, I got to talk about the 6 and 5 in a minute, so I may go just a little bit over. But the 6 is the counselor. So the 6 is like more compassion, nurturing, responsible, empathetic, compassionate. The one thing with 6s is that they like harmony, and they're community oriented. So they like to take care of people, and they like to look after people and stuff like that. And they like harmony. This is where it gets a little tricky with the 5, because you will feel crazy because you have the 5 energy. Let's talk about that real quick. So the 5 energy is the adventurer. So you love adventure, You're curious, you're adaptable, flexible, you're energetic, enthusiastic, freedom loving, independent. Fives have this energy. I always say fives are here to remind us to have fun and enjoy life, because we kind of don't do that enough, to be honest. So, but fives can be impulsive. They've never heard of a bad idea. They're like, sure, let's do it. They're in. And then the other one is restlessness. So let's talk about this for a minute. Fives do not like doing the same thing day in, day out. Sixes love doing the same thing day in, day out. Sixes don't like chaos. Fives kind of like chaos. Sixes like things to be easy. Fives like change and things like that. So here's the thing I want to talk about, and then I have to be done. But and I got more. I can always do. Go check me out. I got more stuff. But for the sixes, if you ever feel anxiety, you feel like you're on edge, you feel like things are out of control and stuff, that means you're too much in your five energy, and your six is not, you don't have that harmony kind of happening. And then if you feel restless and feel like, oh, I feel like I need to be doing something's not right, or I'm bored, that's your five energy. So learning how to make the balance of allowing yourself to have adventures, which is and adventures don't have to be anything big and grand. It just has to be something different. You can't do the same thing day in, day out. It's hard for fives. They're not built that way. They're meant to have fun, and so have a little fun and things like that, but just keep tap into where you're feeling each one. And one thing too, my daughter has these two numbers, and the way she does it is her home is her harmony. She find a place or something that is your harmony place, your place where everything's good. And then she goes out and does her fun things, and then she can always come back. And then that allows it to be a little even, but she can tell whenever she doesn't have that harmony in her home is kind of crazy. So, all right, that's a really quick overview of your numbers, but overall, lots of compassion, learn to take care of yourself, have a lot of fun. Have fun in there too, right? Bring that in there and just enjoy life. All right. I hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later.